Yo, what's the dealio, man? Listen, you already know I got a straight banger for you today, all right? So in this video, what we're going to talk about is analyzing an entry for a swing trade or analyzing when you should enter into a trade throughout the week on a stock. So I see mistakes being made, and so you already know I got to give you guys the sauce, and I got to share the real with you guys so we can know what we're doing. Y'all feel me? So nothing that I say in this video is financial advice. If you guys want financial advice, be sure to go talk to a licensed financial advisor. All right, y'all? So also, every day I go live in the evening time. Right? Catch me on live. We're talking about setups for the next trading day every single day. So if you want to get some insight on what trades to take for the next day, make sure you follow me. You tap in with me on live. All right, y'all? So when you are looking at stocks to trade for the week, sometimes it may be overwhelming. Sometimes y'all may say, dang, I don't know if I'm looking at this thing right. I don't know if I should enter in a swing trade on Friday. I don't know. Okay? So I'm going to let you know if it's a good time or if you should wait. Now, the way that I do this and understand this is some say a top-down analysis, but I don't say that. I just always say you want the higher time frame to validate a lower time frame. Okay? You want a higher time frame to validate a lower time frame. Y'all feel what I'm saying? So, I wanted to make this video for Monday because it's still the beginning of the week for you guys. So, let's say it's Sunday and y'all like, ooh, I'm about to trade this stock, whatever the stock is. And you just looking at the daily time frame. The daily time frame might look bullish, but the weekly time frame could be bearish from the previous week. And you may be entering into a trap, right? So you got to let the bigger time frame validate a smaller time frame, i.e. the weekly and the daily. So let's look at some examples of what I'm saying here. And just so you know, everything that I talk about is about the strat method. I trade the strat every day, all day of my life. That's how I choose to trade stock options. So when I'm looking at charts, I refer to candlesticks as a 1 bar, a 2 bar, a 3 bar, a failed 2. That's how I do it. If you don't know what the strat method is, go to my strat method playlist and go watch that playlist because it will change your life. All right. So let's say, let's go. So this is FedEx. Let's go find the stock right here on the weekly that looks bearish and bullish. Okay, so on a weekly, so let's go Apple. This is a perfect example right here, y'all, right? We're gonna go through some examples. Now, Apple, if I took the strat method off, this candlestick is green, right? This candlestick is green. Okay, so it could look bullish, but look at the daily. It looks bearish. Okay, and we got, a bearish fair value gap all the way up to 307, right? So these two time frames are not in agreement. Therefore, if I was looking at calls, I wouldn't look at calls. You want, here's what you want. Is there a pattern and which time frame is in agreement with the pattern? You see what I'm saying? So if I have a bear flag and then I have a daily even though the weekly has a bullish 1 bar, I'm going to lean towards a bearish sentiment because we got the bear flag and we got sellers right here. Now, if this was all buyers and it was a bear flag, I would still say we could go up, right? So let's keep going. Shopify. Another great example. We have a bearish 1 bar right here, right? So Shopify consolidated. So this is a bearish 1 bar. But on the daily, we got a failed two down. But we got sellers right here. So just because we have a failed 2 down, and some people may say, oh, Shopify is down, I'm going to enter in the swings to go up. Not necessarily, because you want to look at the weekly time frame and say, oh, last week we consolidated and we closed lower, right, than where we opened at. So we consolidated all week. So we got a 2-1 setup. We're setting up for a 2-1-2 bearish continuation to the downside. Because we got the daily, yes, we got a failed 2 down, but we got sellers right here. So unless we get above here, 111, we ain't going higher. Okay? So you don't just go get it in the calls right here just because you see a failed 2 down. You want to look at a larger time frame to see if you see a setup that supports what you're seeing on the daily. Right? Let's look at Intel on the weekly. Okay, Intel looks bullish. The weekly, right? We got this, right? Boom. Okay? It looks bullish. All-time highs. Right? All-time highs. On a daily, it also looks bullish. So this is something that makes more sense to swing to the upside because these 2 time frames are in agreement with each other, the daily and the weekly time frame. Okay? Let's keep going. Hood. So the weekly and the daily. All right, cool. So on the weekly and the daily, on the weekly, we got a 2 up, right? We got momentum. And on the daily, we got a 2-1 setup right here. So this makes sense for Robinhood to continue to go up because the weekly and the daily are both supporting each other, right? Let's go to Netflix. On the weekly, we're on a 2 down. Okay. Another example. Okay. On the daily, we are at an order block. We are at an order block down here on a failed 2 down. But on the weekly time frame, which is a bigger time frame, we closed below the 200 EMA. So even though we on a failed 2 down and at an order block on the daily, on the weekly time frame, we got a strong 2 down candle right here, right? So we don't know if it's really going to bounce yet. So we need to see Netflix prove to us that it is possible for it to bounce, right? So with something like that, you want to wait for a confirmation, right? Let's keep it going. Walmart. This is a great example. Last 3 weeks ago, failed 2 down and then it came up, right? This looks like, oh, we're about to go up, okay? And then on a daily, right, last 2 weeks, it looked like we was coming up, right? But what you didn't see is the weekly, we had sellers sitting right here. And so the people that went long right here, they got cooked right here, and now they're getting liquidated all the way back down here. So you want to make sure that your weekly time frame and your daily time frame both are supporting each other in the same direction, right? Another example, I was going to get into a Nokia swing. I talked about this on live yesterday on Sunday. We have a bearish 1 bar right here, heavy selling pressure, right? So just because we're down and we're at this order block and it looks like a double bottom, I need to see a confirmation first because this bigger time frame is telling me that we're still going to come down. Even though on the daily time frame, it looks like we could bounce here. Just because we could bounce here doesn't mean we will bounce right here. Just because we could doesn't mean we will. So if it's a setup like this, if the daily looks like we could bounce and the weekly looks like we're coming down more, I'm going to wait. The only way I will take entry is if I see the weekly time frame looks like we're going up, and I also see the daily time frame looks like we're going up. I will get in before confirmation. But outside of that, I need to see the daily and the weekly time frame supporting each other in the same direction that I'm looking at, right? So if I'm looking at, okay, look at Unity software. On the daily, we got a fail to down. On the weekly, now something like this, okay, it looks like we're going to start coming up. I'm still not going to enter in something like this because I don't have a confirmation candle yet, but we are in the right direction. We found support here, so it looks like we got a double bottom here, so we could start coming up, right? On the daily, Wolf, boom. So look at Wolf. Wolf looks like it's going up. We did get some sellers step in right here, but on the daily, we got a fail to up. So just because it looks bullish on the weekly, on a daily, this is a signal that it could pull back before it does go up. So you don't want to just go getting in calls on Friday because the weekly looks like this, because on the daily time frame, on a fail to up, we could pull back down here into where buyers are at, bounce, and then continue to the upside. All right, y'all? So when you are looking at analyzing these stocks, I like looking at the daily and a weekly time frame. Once the week has started and we get that pullback into that area and that previous week's candle is bullish, then I know that's probably the area for the pullback where we could take entry on calls, and then we could ride it to the upside, anticipate us creating that confirmation candle. So I hope that this video made sense for you guys. If it has, let me know in the comments. All right, let me know in the comments if it has. You want your daily and your weekly time frame to support each other in your thesis and your analysis for the direction that you're looking to enter into a trade. If it doesn't support each other, you want to really be a sniper, or you don't want to enter into a trade, I promise you, because you will get clapped and you will get cooked. All right, y'all? So, like I always say, make sure you get up out your head, go get into this world, because your head is a dangerous place to live, y'all. All right? And also remember, the more you study, the less you worry. All right? Y'all have a great day. I'm going to holler at y'all on the next video. All y'all stay smooth, man. Peace.